The earthquake can be occurred to anywhere of the world, but in Thailand there's not much. However, even there is no not much, but crucial events always happen. And this is Thailand, this is Bangkok. But this building is collapsed. Hello, my name is Parisong Sakun. Today I will tell you a story about the collapse of State Audit Office building in Thailand. We talk about the facts first. What is the State Audit Office or who is it? The State Audit Office is an independent, constitutionally mandated state agency. Their role is to check the public sectors of like check the finances of the public sectors and ensure the financial integrity. However, on March 28, 2025, there is the earthquake magnitude 7.7 in Myanmar, but also affect to Thailand. Also, it also quake to the Bangkok as well. But among others and collapsed buildings in Bangkok, there are a lot of skyscrapers. They are still fine, not collapsed. Yeah, maybe a little bit cracked, but not collapsed. However, the state audit office buildings collapse, causing multiple workers, constructors die, death in this incident. And it's have been talked in a bad way from the citizens that hey, isn't your role to check others the financials? Why? Why your office, your building collapse? Is it something inside or something under the carpet? Dig deepers. As a Thai citizen or not? Okay, if uh yeah, it's more importantly if you are Thai citizens. Rate yourself how much do you know about this incident? Because this incident have been talked for a little bit period before other news comes. So the information is not that much for everyone who even in Thailand there are two parts. First is the gray business and the engineering. First, I will talk about the gray business first to spice everything up and introduce more about the characters. The China Railway number 10. Who is it? It's a partner of another corporation, the Italian Thai, in joint ventures. I will talk about the Italian Thai at the end because there's no evidence there. There's no the actual evidence that they have been have the gray history or what. The role of the China Railways is the executing the construction plan, managing the site operations, and ensure the work met safety and quality standards. So, yeah, they fill their roles to ensuring the work met safety and quality standards and make the building collapse. But it's not gray, right? So, how about the gray history of them? Gray rock of them. What happened? What did they do? The China Railway number 10 have the three main things in this uh, uh, in these companies and also about this audits between the state audit office. First is about the nominee shareholders. Well, the laws in Thai have been regulated about the percentage of the shareholder should be Thai for more than half. Yeah, is it 51%, which is maybe the very suspicious numbers of the percentage. But there's someone on that other than that. They have the one who is 51% of shareholders have very suspicious financial backgrounds. And also, after officers have been checked, examined, and examined everything about these shareholders. They know that at the end that he is being used to illegal circumvent this law. So maybe it cannot call it against the law, but use the hole in the wall, the hole in the law. Next, this one have is a separate company of Single U.S. Steel Corporation. Okay, it is the separate company, but what happened to Single U.S. Steel Corporation? Is it the companies that supply the substandard materials? Yep, in this part is illegal, but the general way is just the separate the companies. I mean, they have a link, so they're suspicious. They're gray, not entirely black. I mean, it seems suspicious, but we we cannot point it as illegal just yet. Just the suspicious history. And the third one is the bid ratings. This one is illegal in Thailand between the China Railway and its state audit office. They have bid have I mean to lock the spec or maybe to sabotage the procedures of bidding to have the China Railway to get the highest opportunity to bid the bidding. How about in engineering? The collapse, how it is building collapse anyways, it's called this collapse is the pancake collapse. But what is the pancake collapse? Pancake collapse is the collapse when the pillars and other supports fail, the buildings is suddenly weakened. And after that, after the pillars and other supports fail, it will crack. After crack, the floor from the top floor is others resembling a stack like a pancake. But why the pancakes collapse occurred? There's the point 2 point engineering design flaws and during the construction. I will say about the engineering design flaw first. In this point, engineering is failed to avoid the harms, even they could, even they can. First is a symmetrical design. They shift they position the lift shaft at the rear of the building rather than the centers. Why? Why did they do that? They want to have more interior space inside the building. Imagine if the lift shaft uh, have been moved to at the rear of the building, there will be much more interior space inside the building at the middle. But it's not safe at all. Second, weakened shear walls. They reduce the thickness from 60 centimeters to 25 centimeters. Why? At the same reason, want more space, also reduce the cost, such a selfish decision anyway. And look at that. Look at that reduction. They reduced more than half from 60, which is supposed to be the standard, to 25. So we maybe can conclude a bit that even there is no earthquake at all, there is a, there is very high chance that when the times when it's time go and go, this building will be collapsed in no times because the building, the shear wall is not strong at all. The deviation from legal standards. This one is really straightforward. The engineering design didn't comply with ministerial regulations and technical standards. And the next part, the construction and materials faults. The engineers failed to check the situation when the construction began, and they failed to alert each others. First is about the substandard materials, such as the thing that have the very uh, transparent and the obvious one of the evidence is the concrete. Okay, in Thai language, well, in this Thai language, it shows that there is multiples not past standard, the substandards materials, a lot and a lot. It didn't meet the required strengths at all, which is one of the crucial factors that make these buildings collapse. Next is the faulty construction practices. The installation of critical elements like the shear wall systems around the stairwells and elevator shafts was done improperly. As mentioned by Ms. Patongtan, the former PM, in that period via the social media platforms, she said that the failure stemmed from deficiency in both the designs and construction methods. In particular, the construction techniques, such as the construction of the elevator shaft wall, didn't comply with engineering principles and standards. What happened after that? There's a legal charge for multiple corporations and multiple establishments, total 23 individuals and legal entities, such as the Italian Thai Development PLC, which is the major contractor and partner in the joint ventures. China Railway Number 10 partner in the joint ventures. Forum Architecture Co. Ltd is the architectural design firms. Mainhard Thailand, the engineering design firm. PKW joint ventures. The group was involved in supervising the construction and the state audit office auditors of these projects. So, is this event end like this? How about the families of the workers? There, there is no such thing in the news at all, and the the news and in this and this in this incident have been disappeared from the news and from the people minds. However, State Audit Office wins Transparency Award with 94.64 points in August 19. This leads the citizens and Thai citizens, the one who know about the State Audit Office, talk about this one again. But it's come and go. But it's quite funny. Funny that the the office that have the building collapse because they didn't check anything in the audit win the transparency award. Check others, but themselves didn't check. How is it transparency? Others cannot check them at all. That's quite funny and quite ironic. It's a bad job in Thailand. Conclusion. Is there a professional in this case? No, not at all. State Audit Office, who is the one should be able to check, should be the one who check every, but didn't check. The one engineers change The location of everything's reduced the sheer walls. The ethics, they don't care what's happened. They just want to reduce the cost. They just want to make more interior space without any harm, without carrying any harms or other life. How about the law? The gray business and the derivation from the legal regulation is all against the law. This is quite a very sad case that the office that have res- that should have responsibilities on checking on others but didn't check themselves and caused someone else death. Thank you for listening and thank you once again.